My father is arrested, Ousman Sawaneh, in 1 year back. He's arrested in 1 year back, and we didn't have any news from him. We didn't have access to see him. We are hoping that we will see him soon. That's what we are hoping.
For sharing this with us. Really where the head of state is saying, you know, I kind of give you clemency sort of thing. Defending opposition members who are arrested, you know. Over the past 22 years of President Jammeh's rule, we've seen a practice of arbitrary arrests, enforced disappearance that have happened constantly in Gambia. There are many cases, many family members who still don't know where their loved ones are. For example, last year I interviewed some family members of 3 imams who had just disappeared in October 2015. They were arrested by men in plain clothes, and they've never been able to have information from any of the authorities where they are, what's happened to them. They suspect they may be held in Janjanbureh prison, but they really have no idea. Yeah.
And with Darbo tomorrow, what do we...
This new government really has a massive obligation to look into all of these cases of people who've disappeared, people who've been arbitrarily arrested. They need to open the doors of Maltu prison. There's been no inspection of Maltu prison, particularly the security wing, for so many years now. We have no idea what has been going on there, who is in there. The special rapporteurs on torture and extrajudicial executions in November 2015 came to Gambia, and they were not allowed to go into the security wing. They said this was unprecedented in their mandate, and they called off their observation because they said, how can we monitor if we can't go into the most maximum security prison? No one knows what is happening there, and I think this new government needs to open those doors, allow inspectors in. They need to really do a thorough audit into the practice of the security forces, particularly the NIA, and these people need to be released.
IMA.
Yeah.
An E at the front or I?
E.
Abrima.
Okay.
The
only one I can remember is the Imam here and my brother. One day he was here in the morning. He had his breakfast. And then he went out as usual. From that date up to the moment I'm talking now, I or any member of my family did not set eyes on him.
I can't remember, I can't recall whether this
I still have hope, you know. As the Italian said, hope is the last thing to die. You know, every time you're supposed to have hope, you know. That's it's something that is always here. As long as we don't see him, we still have hope. You know, la speranza è l'ultima a morire. The Italians said like that. You know.
You have taken, and so we are going back to the issues of impunity, about right to food, to accommodation, bringing up the truth of what happened, to those many people that they disappeared during these 22 years. There is also an issues related to migrations. Most of the migrants, as you have seen, crossing the Mediterranean and looking for a better situation in Europe. They're also driven by not only economical situation, but also the lack of freedoms, basic freedoms, but also civic rights, civic and political rights, but is also on the social and setting an example following the Burkina Faso election and transitions, which was a very good example for the West Africa in particular and the West and Africa in general. And I think followed by the Gambia, it really set up a pattern of good practices and democratic changes driven by the people. And that I think is an example for everyone in Africa, but everyone in the world as well. So we were very happy to see this.